Big Finish Audio, the Paternoster Gang, a photograph to remember. So that was a slightly different dynamic.
Yeah.
Hey, I like I like those guys.
Well, I'm not saying anything bad about it. It was just sort of interesting to see.
I mean, the idea of a Centauran getting all lovey-dovey is kind of amusing in and of itself.
It's like, well, he's lover towards me, so it is not what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Although he does remind me more of a Ferengi than he does a Centauran.
yeah. He's a Ferengi that got squished.
Yeah, he's a Ferengi mini.
Well, not necessarily mini, because Ferengi aren't that tall either.
True.
But they're sort of just kind of got all that material sort of off on the head, just sort of squished down and smoothed out, so that it sort of fills out and makes him look like a potato.
I would totally, though, love a pair of earmuffs shaped like Ferengi ears just for shits and giggles. I mean, they have the Princess Leia bun earmuffs, so
Yeah,
why
I
not?
can't imagine it would be out of the question that you could do that. They could do that. It's just a matter of whether they want to or not.
Especially since, because of the shape of the ear and the way it goes all the way around, that could be it could be just a back of the head thing instead of an over the head thing, and that would be a totally perfect thing.
Or it could be like one of those. It could be the whole sort of Ferengi head thing with the ears and everything. But it's just one big like sort of like one of those Russian hats. Is that sort of shape, but it sort of flaps down, and you have the bulbous top of the head and whatnot. A wise man can hear profit in the wind.
Sorry, that was the bean burrito.
I was actually about to say, yeah, by creating a pill to get rid of it.
And also making something to give you the wind, so that you can sell the thing that gives you wind and the thing that cures it.
True.
You get it on both sides. Anyway, but yeah, it was a slightly different, same species, very different dynamic.
Yeah, I love how Strax is just so different from Son. They're just so very different.
But also the same, and then they couldn't figure out who was supposed to salute.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he makes a terrible butler.
He does, but at the same time, he's still just he is their butler the way Jenny is the maid, okay? In name and just like to the outside world, but he's just their son. They're like weird adopted alien son.
So it's like, well, will we survive if we do that? Highly unlikely, but you can if you want to. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And I know that they probably did some like the cloaking, well, not cloaking, but the sort of disguise, sort of holographic disguise. The mustache. It just now all I could picture is, I know he was probably human head and whatnot, but I can imagine a, just a Santaran with a big mustache.
Yeah, of course they had like. Also, she did mention, "Hey, weren't you a Tola just a few minutes ago?"
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, there's obviously more to the disguise than that, but I can't get over a Santaran with the biggest, bushiest Italian,
Imagine
stereotypical Italian style mustache.
no, no. A Centauran dressed like Jamie Heineman.
Okay.
The beret and the giant mustache, and instead of the Centauran suit, just a plain white suit shirt.
No, everything's the same except for he's wearing the stereotypical French black and white, like long sleeve shirt
Yeah.
and the beret. And if anybody questions why he's weird, oh, he's French. Ah, okay.
I mean, Stone could sound like a French name.
It sounds more German, but
It's like,
Yeah, but
what's
I
up?
mean, but just don't question it, you
yeah,
know?
he's from Eastern France.
He's foreign. Don't mind him.
They have some odd ways, French and German sort of mixed there, and
Yeah.
those two are both already odd. So just a mixing of the two is just going to be odd.
Or Zontar, screw Zontar.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a shock. I was like, wait, what?
Zontar
Well,
could shut it.
I do appreciate that Strax has been Strax the whole time, though. Like, we're supposed to be having fun. How am I supposed to have fun? I have no weapons. It's like, how do we know if we're doing it right? How do we know if we're following Vastra's rules to relax?
She said, take the human. I'm pretty sure she did not say that.
Okay, take Jenny. Take the human female. And these are all the same man. It's like, they're not the same man. Half of them aren't even men. Little boy. I love the fact that they all look the same to them, even though they are all clones. So you would think they'd notice a little more diversity in other cultures because there is so little diversity in their own.
Yeah.
But that whole concept of racial blindness, I guess, is true. Humans all look alike. Although I can't blame him because honestly, aside from differentials in height, skin tone, and hair color, I really can't tell people apart either. There have been times that I mistook guys for girls, like not because of their gender or anything, but just because they had the same hairstyle as the girl. So like the guy and the girl, the dude and the chick had the same hairstyle and were the same height. So I couldn't tell them apart. It's not racist because all people look the same. I'm white. And all white
Not
look the
racist.
same.
I hate everybody equally.
Yeah. Well, I am racist. I hate the entire human race. Um,
And
but
speciesist then at that point.
yeah, but I mean, it's the human race. Yeah, I am racist against you. You humans. I find myself saying that more and more. I'm pretty sure people at this point genuinely think I'm an alien.
Blah, 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 blah.
Stupid humans.
Hmm.
I wonder if we'll hear more of their mirror counterparts.
Yes, it should be a Moriarty slash master thing. Like,
Because I mean, they weren't genuinely
yeah.
bad
Well,
people.
okay, maybe not Moriarty, because that would, it's more the Beagle brothers.
The Beagle Boys.
Beagle boys.
No, because Beagle Boys were criminals too.
Well, I mean, just in that their relationship is that they're bumbling, and occasionally they're gonna have to step in to stop them from bumbling into something terrible.
Yeah, like zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, they. I mean, they did inadvertently cause a zombie apocalypse. Although that was kind of sweet, how it's like, no, don't destroy the lens. Stone gave that to me. It's special.
Oh,
And how, oh, he's my partner. Stone is my partner. It's like, I thought you meant partner like business partner. No, we love each other. That's just a mental image. I cannot.
You can't shift it.
No, like I cannot contemplate that. Like I can contemplate Vastra and Jenny not just because I've seen them on
on
on the
screen.
show,
Yeah.
but because just the personality characteristics of a Centauran and a human are more compatible to me than, I mean, not a Centauran, a Silurian and a human are more compatible to me than a Centauran and a human. You know what I mean? Like,
well, they're from the same planet.
Just think of his huge.
That. I just mean like it just seems so weird.
No, just imagine his big, hulking, sweating body on top of him.
Oh no! All I'm thinking about is just while they're at it, he's saying "Santar ha."
Oh god!
Zontar, Zontar, Zontar.
I know it's terrible, but it's just like, oh, the audio was in my head, and it was just.
Oh god! So that's what he meant when he said "screw Santa."
Just.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
Oh god.
Although I mean, he is about the right height for things.
And Cardiff confirmed for being a alien hotbed.
Aliens like to hang out at Cardiff. It's not my fault.
Very true.
Although that would be interesting for them to interact with the old Torchwood. Which I forget. I mean, they're in Victorian or Edwardian era.
I'm not sure. I think Victorian, but because the fact that they were even talking about cars.
Yeah. Then again, the chronology of Doctor Who does tend to border on the what the fuck. they do have a habit of doing some weird shit sometimes. Hello?
Let's see. I was looking at the Victorian
okay.
London. Yep.
Okay. No, because already once before, like, my phone hung up on me. So
Okay.
you went silent for a minute. I'm like, wait, you didn't hang up, did it?
Yeah. No, I was checking where they were, what kind of time period they were, and if in Tooth and Claw was Victoria too,
Mm-hmm.
and so, or I'm not sure if it was.
And
It's
that's
something like
was,
that. The one where with the werewolves and Queen Victoria,
that
and
was Claw.
yeah, and
That's when Wood was created. So
yeah, that's the origins of it. So depending on where Vastra is in the Victorian period, if she's late Victorian, early Victorian, when is she? When is she? It's an interesting question to ask. Um, she's, whenever she is, she might be post Torchwood's founding, so that might be a thing, or it might not yet be a thing from her perspective on the chronology.
yeah,
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
yeah. It's just an interesting concept there.
Yeah. It would be interesting to have her meet with Victoria. And it would give you an opportunity. You could like do have a Victorian era Torchwood.
Yeah,
That would be
they
an
have. I think they have had. No, it wasn't Victorian era, but they have. Yes, yes, there was a Torchwood episode that had Queen Victoria
yeah. It'd
in
be
Big
interesting.
Finish.
Yeah. It would be interesting to have. Okay, you set up. We know Torchwood began then. Okay, and then we put uh, Victoria. The, then we have, since it's Victorian era, we have Vastra and the Paternoster gang be brought together with Torchwood to handle some thing like a Silurian or something issue, or Suntaran or something where they need the Paternoster gang's knowledge to help them deal with something, and then you have a big crossover.
That would be really cool.
But yeah, it's
Also, I love the fact that clearly Stone recognized Strax for being a Centauran. And it's like, oh, I'll give you a deal because your little boy is so ugly.
I am no little boy.
It's like, I am not ugly. It's like, come on, Strax, don't make a fuss.
Sondar, ha,
Sontar.
ha, Sondar, ha.
Now that thought's gonna be in your head whenever you hear them say Sontar.
Yes, yes. Make sure that phrase is forever ruined now.
You're welcome.
But I'm just saying the phrase and where the Sontarans come from. That's what they say. Sontar. Stop. Just no. I know there's nothing inherently bad about it, but
Hmm.
Do we have did we have anything else we wanted to tack onto this?
Uh,
I do really like the theme song.
I mostly skipped them.
um, this episode did kind of have some basis in reality. There are companies that will take pictures of deceased in
Oh
certain
yeah,
poses.
that was very common back in the day.
It's still common now, actually. Some people still do it. It's very creepy.
But I mean, back when photography was still really a new concept, they actually very commonly would pose the dead and take pictures with the dead as kind of a memento, as a reminder. So that actually is not far-fetched. That's actually a really common practice.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and you had death masks and whatnot.
Yeah. So I mean,
creepy.
a pretty cool concept too.
Mm, Other than that, I let's see. I think I know who would be in higher command. It wouldn't be the butler, because the butler's a servant, but the entrepreneur makes his own money.
True.
So yeah, that one would be
But he's
the
also a entrepreneur who hasn't produced anything that, as far as we know, that has gone right so far. So,
oh, they
though I
gotta
guess
tell.
you could say they're both failed at what they do, so it's down to what they do.
That's true. Hmm. Yeah, I got nothing more.